So I want to welcome everyone to this awesome training tonight. Ashley just asked me if I would share a few things, some good basic meat of kind of, how when I got started in Plexus, kind of just some good things to know that maybe we can all take kind of to save you some steps maybe on, things you can do from the very beginning to really help you to have longevity in the business. There's a lot of tips and a lot of training. So this is just a few of my own ideas, and then a few things that I've tried from other people that have worked. I definitely made notes tonight. I have a lot of notes. So we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Sonia Dudley, by the way. We're about to get started. So, okay, the way I want to start out is I want to pretend like if you went to a job interview, if you went to a job interview and you were interviewing for a job, and your boss said, okay, Ashley, I'm going to pay you part-time money for part-time work, and this is your job description. This is what I need you to do. And you would either say, okay, yeah, that looks good. I can do it. I can fit that in. That's going to work out, and I can do the job description. So you're matching your time with what you're looking at the description, and you're going, I can match this description to the time that I have, and I can do this. And then I'll get rewarded. Okay, so, or he says, this is the job description for a full-time job. And do you have this many hours, 40 hours a week, to do what's required on the job description? And if you do, I'm going to reward you with this pay and these perks and so forth. And so we in our mind, we evaluate. What we do is we go, can we handle the job description? Do we think we can handle the job description in the amount of hours with our life, all that we have going on? Could this work? Is this going to take priority? Because, job does take priority in our life. And we have faith, family, career. I mean, we have to work. It's not a secret. So we have to, in our mind, we're evaluating all the time and compartmentalizing, will this work for me? So I want you to think about your Plexus business the same way. What message are you sending people? You join Plexus, and in your mind, you may not realize it, but if you think about this, when someone offered you the business, you did think in your mind, you compartmentalized, okay, could I would love to make $500 a month. Could I do what's required with the time that I have and my family and my full-time job? Could I make this work? And sometimes what is missing is the job description. We think we know what's required, but do we? Do we really know what's required? So I think we have to ask ourselves, what is required for this amount of money? What's required for this amount of money and this amount of time? And then are we willing to do it? And I truly believe that the people who treat this as a full-time business will get full-time pay and beyond all your wildest dreams, because our comp plan is bar none the best. And if you want to make part-time pay, then there are things you still have to do, and it has to be productive activity. And so we're going to talk about what message are you sending, and we're going to start with Facebook. We're going to start with a little bit of Facebook, because when I was new, that's kind of all I had time to do in the very beginning. I had time to when I was at work, when I was at church, when I was at a ball game, I had time to talk to people. But I did not have any more time to carve out of my day to go proactively look for people to talk to. So it had to be in my world. And I was really good at that. I love to connect with people. So I was really good at connecting everywhere I went. And you have to become a master at just loving people. And it starts there. It starts within your heart. And if you just love to connect with people, you will make conversations everywhere you go that you already are. You won't have to go find people. They're going to be in your circle. But if Facebook, if it's an option for you to be able to be on Facebook during work hours or late at night or before you go to work, there's a few things you need to think about in doing that. First of all, what message are you sending? When you join a business and you post on Facebook, I'm excited, I'm drinking this amazing pink drink. I feel so great. My energy is amazing. I can't believe that my cravings are so curbed. I'm excited about the future. And you post something personal about your new journey. Nothing salesy, but I wouldn't even post my website when I was brand new. I didn't do that for a little while. I posted personally what I was going through with Plexus. Now, whether you lose weight, it may take you 3 months to lose a pound. I'm not talking about waiting on a story. I didn't even care if I had a story, but I paid attention to those non-scale victories from day one. I remember saying to myself, okay, I'm going to pay attention to if my pain is less, if my pain in my knees are less, walking, the joint pain, if I sleep better, if I have more energy, if my cravings are less, if I can't hold as much as far as portions, I'm going to pay attention to all kinds of things. And that's what I did. And so I was able to then say those little things as part of my story. Now, I did lose some weight the first week, but had I not, it wouldn't have mattered. I would have still posted. And we're going to get to that in a few minutes. I really want to talk about the importance of not waiting until you have a big story. And you'll understand when I'm finished why you shouldn't do that. So let's get back to on task, Facebook. You're on Facebook and you post that. People are going to start noticing, and they're going to start asking you, what is this pink drink? What are you talking about with your energy? Well, you know what, Susie? Let me message you. You don't want to spill Plexus all over your Facebook page, even in the beginning. You just said, let me message you. It's amazing. Teasers, a few teasers. You want to tease people. That's marketing. It's part of marketing. You want to make them want to know more. And another thing that, and you can post your website, you can post it, but what you want to stay away from is salesy, ad-looking post. It turns people off when you weren't doing something and then today you're the expert. It's a big turnoff, especially for your family and friends. They're like, who are you to post this new website and say, check out my new website? I mean, what do you mean? They want to know more. They want to know more about why you are doing this. So if you haven't led up to this, you haven't earned the respect and you haven't earned the credibility to post your website yet, if that makes sense. Tease them, lead them up to that with, I love how I feel today, I love my pink drink. And you know what, let's say that you've got 1 or 2 friends you just got on Plexus, or maybe they've tried a 3-day trial or a 7-day trial, and one of them says to you, I have not felt this good in 20 years. Then say, can I post that on my wall? Can I just say, I have a friend who just said, I haven't felt this good in 20 years. Can I post that? I won't post your name. And they go, well, sure. Then post that one day. Teasers, 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 not salesy, okay? I'm over being sold to. I hate it, honestly. I don't like to feel like I'm being sold to it. People are smart and savvy, and they don't have to go that route anymore. Another thing I'll say about Facebook, about posting, is do not put your negative laundry on Facebook. When you're starting a business, there's just things that you want to be careful about posting. And one is, something happens to you and it's been a horrible, someone wrongs your family member, or someone takes your parking place at work, and and you want to air your dirty laundry online. Just think, what message would that send? What message would that send? What's the purpose of it? Would it draw people to me, or will it, what's the purpose of it? And so think about the message that you might be sending if you do that. I would be careful not to do that. You can always start a business page, but you have more friends and family on your personal page. So although I have a business page, most of my business has come from my personal page, okay? I would say post consistently once, twice to 3 times a day. Strategically think about how you're posting. Once something sweet, short, personal about Plexus, maybe something else later in the day could be, maybe you are sharing, and this maybe as you've been, maybe as you've gotten into it a little more and you're starting to earn that credibility, then you might start posting maybe every other day, maybe a testimony, a short one, with maybe a before and after picture. Don't inundate your wall with that 3 and 4 times a day. In my opinion, it starts to look too salesy. And it's good if you can find that it's someone that you know or someone that's a friend of a friend. Wow, check out my friend's story. She's only been on Plexus 2 months. Look what's happened with her. And don't put your website there. Don't. No need of it. You're just sharing a story. You're not trying to sell. They'll ask you about it. Remember, they're your friends. If you've built that credibility, they'll ask you about it. You don't have to put your website under that. They will ask you about it. And these are things I've learned. I used to put my website with that. These are just things I've learned through time. 2.5 years. All right. Copy paste. Learn to copy paste instead of sharing. People will read more about things that come from you instead of sharing. If you do share something, sometimes I'm in a hurry and I need to share something that is exactly the way I would word it, but I still say, something above the share. So if you're going to share, be sure you make it personal. All right, here's the part about don't wait until you have a big testimony. I want you to think about a time in your life when maybe you saw something on TV. You saw an ad for something on TV. And you saw this person that was doing the commercial about it. You probably saw the person and you thought, okay, whatever. You're watching and you're intrigued by what they're telling you about. And you're thinking in your mind, this is how I've done, I wonder if that could work for me. I wonder if that could work for me. I'm willing to eat better, and I'm willing to do my part. I bet I could make that work. I'm going to try that. It says it has a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's my mind. So think about when you're talking to someone about Plexus. You've only been on the products for 2 weeks. You don't have a story maybe. Think about when you're talking to them, you're saying, Sue, I'm loving this product. I've only been on it 2 weeks. Of course, I haven't lost any weight in 2 weeks, but you know what? It's done so much for people that I know. I'm watching their journey and I'm reading these testimonies. I'm totally blown away. I know you suffer with whatever. What if this could help you? It could. It's got a 60-day money-back guarantee. It's definitely worth you trying. I'm excited about the journey I'm on. Now, is she going to look at you and go, well, I'm going to wait and see if it helps your weight loss before I try it for my weight loss? Well, okay. Everyone's different. If you want to wait, that's fine. But honestly, guys, I don't think people think that. I think that's our insecurities that we're projecting and giving them. We're prejudging. I don't think people go, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to go ahead and gain 10 more pounds, or I'm going to go ahead and complain about my weight for 2 more months and see what happens with you. I really don't think people think that way. I think we project that they're going to think that way because we're insecure because we haven't lost the weight yet or whatever. This is a health as much as it is a weight loss product. So change your mindset, change your belief, change your judgments. Don't prejudge people. So what if you wait to talk to them? And what if it was a matter of this product could actually give them their life back? and you don't talk to them, and someone else does talk to them, and it actually gives them their life back, as a lot of people say, how are you going to feel? You know, that's something you need to think about. Why would you wait? People buy more for your passion and excitement than they do about what has it done for you. I have people in my downline who are high ranking, who this product has done nothing for their weight. Nothing. Some of them, it's done something for their weight, but nothing for their health. I have some, it's done, very few, maybe a couple, that it's really done nothing major for, but they're so passionate because they've seen what it's done for their family, their friends, and everyone else. It doesn't shake their belief. We're all made different. We all are on different, paths in our life. We have different health issues. Some things block plexus from, I think, working fully. I just, honestly, I don't know why we worry so much about that. So that's enough about that. All right. Let's talk about the objection that a lot of people get. Well, it costs too much. I think it costs too much. Let's talk about that. You can ask them a series of questions. You could say, you know what, Susie, do you mind me asking you some questions? Because, I need to find out if plexus is something for you or not. Let me just, based on what you're saying, let me ask you some questions. Sure. Okay. Let me ask you, do you drink sodas? Do you drink sodas? Now, obviously, they're going to say yes or no. If they say no, say great. You move on to the next question. If they say yes, say okay. All right. Keep that in your mind. Do you buy snacks? Do you buy snacks for your house? Do you buy snacks at the quick stop? Do you find yourself craving something in the afternoon? You go to a drive-through to get a snack. Do you snack and do you buy them? Most people are going to say yes. Okay. Are you on any medications? Okay, great. How many? Okay, great. If they say no, move on. Do you struggle with diets? Like, have you always been a person who struggled with, you dieted, you lost some weight, you gained it, so you're looking for the next diet? Has that always been something you struggled with? Yes, it has. Okay, all right. Let me ask you this. If you knew that plexus was your solution, and it could knock out, all the cost of everything we just talked about. It could knock all that out. Maybe you would be able to get off some medications with the approval of your doctor. Maybe it would curb your sweet cravings and you wouldn't even need those sodas. Maybe it would do what it did for me and take away that snacking craving. Maybe it could do that. So if it could do that, if you knew that it could do that, and that was a possibility, could you see the benefit of spending the almost $3 a day on plexus? Could you see the benefit of that? And if, based on what they say, go from there. If they say no to a lot of those, but they tell you they've been, like, no, I don't really do a lot of snacking. No, I'm not on medications. No, I don't drink sodas, but I've always struggled with my diet. It's drove me crazy for years. It's something I've battled with. Then say to them, you know what? Just the peace of mind alone, would it be worth the $3 a day if you knew this could help you with that constant struggle of dieting? Figuring it out. Maybe it could take away that struggle in your mind, that driving you crazy. Would it be worth that? Guys, I'm here to tell you, cost is never the main issue. Well, let me say this. It's rarely the main issue. When people, first thing they say to me about the cost, I like to say, okay, other than cost, what else would keep you from trying plexus? And they say, well, I'm worried about the taste of it. Okay, all right. Other than the taste of it and other than the cost, what else would keep you from trying it? Well, I guess that's it. Then you can conquer those. But usually it's the third thing they tell you, usually. I've found that when I really want to do something, I find a way. And when people really, really, really put things as a priority, they can usually figure it out. So don't let them sell you on that it's the cost. You have to sell them on the value of the products and what we talked about. What if it could do this, this, this? You've got to sell them on the value so that the cost is definitely not an issue, okay? Time management. I can't read my own writing. Okay, so time management. Something that I do, you can't really see it back there, and actually, there it is back there, the whiteboard. I have a whiteboard, and I break it into some categories. And I do this the night before, so the next day I walk in here and I can look at the whiteboard as to what is it right now tonight that's logical in my mind that I know that I need to get done tomorrow, and I do it into categories. And you got personal things, family things, business stuff. You've got things that you need to do in return and follow up. Then you've got things that you need to do proactively. So break some things into categories while your mind is clear, not when you're overwhelmed. Do it when your mind is clear. And write it all down. And so the next morning you walk in here and you look at your list or your whiteboard and you go, okay, before I put out fires, before I scroll on Facebook, what are things that I know I need to accomplish? And chunk off that list. Now, if you work a full-time job, you're going to have to make that list, and you're going to have to figure out when in your day can you get that done. When do I have 30 minutes to get this done? Now, let me give you a hint on something I did when I was working full-time and doing Plexus, commuting back and forth, worked retail. I had no time. I always made my list the night before, just as I do now. But what I did also is I typed out standard answers to things that people would commonly ask. So, I made myself a folder, and I would have, what is Plexus Slim? I had that in the folder. And you can get something off the website. There's things that float around. I love the website, www.plexuspowertools.com. I love his website because, and it's www.plexuspowertools.com. It's $10 a year. No, I don't make anything off promoting this, but it has helped so many people in my downline. He has all kinds of compliant, approved letters for your customers, ingredient things. I mean, it's just anything you need. Follow up, it's there. It's a great website. And you don't have to then go search for things. And you can send those things to people during the day. So you get 5 people during the day while you're working a full-time job that ask you, what's Plexus? Hey, what's the difference in the accelerator and the boost? Hey, what do I need to take? This is what I struggle with. You will have standard things that you've either put together or that you've gotten from maybe his website or Ashley, your upline's website, or your group pages that can help you to be very productive, that you can say, hey, Susie, hope this helps. This is some great great material. Send it to them, send it to them, send it to them. You could do I did a lot of group emailing. So I would go once a week, copy paste my customer emails, send them something like once a week on their journey, on their path to do good follow-up, but it wasn't something I had to do individually. I did individual text and things like that, but as it got to really growing fast and I was so busy, I did a lot of group things, blind carbon copy emailing, things like that. Just don't open Facebook until you've done your productive activity. When you open Facebook, be sure that you're opening it to, first of all, communicate effectively on Facebook. And that would be to make your post for the day before you go to work, to maybe go to, if you have a small team of 2 or 3 or 4 people, maybe you could go to their wall and say, thinking about you today, some encouraging word. You could even have, and I had a standard thing that I would welcome all my new people. I had a standard script that I typed out, and I would just put their name in it. Welcome to the team, and I typed their name in it, and it would kind of tell my testimony. Just thought I would share my testimony on your wall today, to help some of your friends understand how amazing our products are. So I would have that done. And so there's things that you purposely get on Facebook for before you start your day, and it was to be very proactive so that you knew you took care of communicating with the people you needed to connect with, and then everything else that happened in the day was things that you could get to later, okay? So what message are you sending? If you do not post on Facebook for a week, and then you jump back on and you post your twice a day post or however many you were posting, people are like, wonder what happened that week. She never posted, or he never posted. Or you post for a month and then you don't post for a month and then you start back posting. People are like, oh, what happened that month? I wonder why they didn't post. It's a business. Maybe it's just a hobby for them. Maybe it's just a little hobby. Maybe they're not serious about it. Maybe they're not going to be doing this very long. Since I didn't see them for a month, I kind of thought they maybe had quit it. What message am I sending? Even when you have a death in the family, even when you have things happen, if you can still try to do something, it's just important that you ask yourself, what message are you sending? I can't tell how long I've been on here. I think 20 minutes maybe. Yeah, I think we started a little bit later because of my little technical difficulty there. Time management. Let's talk a little bit about time management. Well, we just did that. We did some time management. Always be prepared. That's another thing that will save you a lot of time. I know that there was times when I would put in my purse my little sample cards. I would put 3-day trials in my purse, 7-day trials, business cards. I just tried to be equipped. But there were also times when I ran out of that stuff and I forgot or whatever to put them back in my purse. So then when I was out and about and I could be very effective on my lunch hour and I didn't have anything with me, but I still felt I wanted to talk to somebody, well, what that caused me to have to go home then, send something in the mail to them, or, tell them I'd come back another day and bring something to them. If you can be equipped and prepared when you're out and about with your tools, that saves you a lot of time management because of what might have to happen if you didn't have them with you. So that's a huge tip. I can say always be prepared. I even take in Still Today. I'll show you. This, I have my Plexus bag, and I have it equipped with business cards and brochures. I have that, and I actually have some Slims in here, but I don't have them on the card. I have that in the back of I brought it in to refill it, but I have it in the trunk of my car. And that's where I keep like my Success from Home magazines. I keep all that in there, and then I keep some in my purse. So then I have a place to go refill it from, and then I bring it in the house and refill it. It's kind of like an assembly line. So think about being totally equipped so you're never without the stuff you need. You can also, something that I did not long ago is I took my phone and I went to like my video, Sarah video, Lori's video, whoever video, company videos that I wanted to have quick access to. I went to them on the phone on YouTube. I copied the link and then I put that in my notes on my iPhone. So I went to notes and did new note, and I hit paste, and I pasted the links right there. And then I probably could do this smarter now, but I would list what video that was at the bottom of the link so I could see it. So I didn't put them all on one page, but you could put them on one page, but just under it put down what video it is. So then when you have someone out and about who says, I'd love to know more about all the products. You know what? I've got a great video. It's really short. Here, hand them your phone. Here, give me your email here or your text, and I'll send you that video. And you hand them your phone, and they give you their phone number, and you text them right there the link to the video. You can do that. Then you have their contact also. And then, so then there's a way to layer people, and then you're talking and communicating with them. So getting those things on your iPad or iPhone so they're accessible, that's another time management skill that I can give you. Okay, I'm going to move on. I want you to think about most people, okay, a lot of people need to make an extra $300 to $500 a month. If you said, okay, let's say you found somebody that said, I need to make $500 a month. If you said that would be about $650 before taxes, probably, to bring home $500, something like that. That's what we're going to go on. So if for them to make $650 at 15 hours a week, which would be 60 hours a month, and they cleared, the 500, that would boil down to $10.83 an hour. Okay, so they would have to trade 60 hours a month to make the $500 clear, which would be $10.83. Now, that's trading a lot of time for dollars. Okay, if we would just take that focus and focus on adding, and having a goal to add 3 new customers a week, talk to 3 new prospects a week, share the business with 3 new people a week. And if we would just have that focus, I'm not saying you're going to do that right away, but if that would be your focus every week, 3 new customers, 3 new prospects. And it can be the same. The 3 customers can be the 3 prospects. Getting a prospect is not difficult. It's saying, let me talk to you about your options. You're interested in the products. Let me ask you some questions. Do you have 2 or 3 people you could think of that would love to know more about the products too? And if you do, you may want to join to get your products less, but only if you want to share the products with other people. You could have a good business. And they go, well, yeah, I'm interested in that. There you go. There's your prospect. So don't make that hard, and don't think that has to be separated. It can be one and the same. All right, so people don't have a lot of extra time to trade for dollars. So we can help them with the mindset of they don't have to do that. They don't have to trade a whole lot of time for dollars in Plexus. Our comp plan, I promise you, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's great. Yeah, when you're Emerald and above, and you're Senior Ruby and above, and even Ruby and above, I mean, you're making more money as a Ruby than I made at any job. But even the people who are Silver and Gold, who are making $300, $500, $800, $1,000 a month, that's serious life-altering money. May not be life-changing, like they may not have quit their job yet or whatever, but it made a big difference in their lifestyle and the stress. So we can bring hope to people like that. That's the people I get excited about helping, is I love to help people see that they can earn an extra $300 to $500 right away, not in 3 months, right away. You've got to believe it. You've got to buy into that, and you've got to project that hope to other people. We sell hope to people. That's what we sell. We sell hope. We do it with a great vehicle with Plexus, but we sell hope. Amazing. All right, I'm going to cover this last thing here, how to motivate your team. Well, guess what? You don't. Your team is a volunteer army. You are leading volunteers. You don't necessarily motivate your team. You can inspire your team, but you don't necessarily motivate your team. I think motivation comes from within. I think it's when people have a big enough why, they're motivated. I think that action creates motivation, which creates more action, which creates more motivation. A lot of people wait to be motivated, but if you wait to be motivated, it's not going to happen. Now, you can be inspired to get motivated, but you still have to do that one piece to motivate, and that's action. So I remember in my other business, all my other businesses, and Plexus, I'm going to tell you, Plexus has been easier than anything as far as those staying motivated, because there's always action. It's just been, the products make it that way. But so that's why it's always easier to reflect on the older businesses. But I remember being stale, in some of those businesses and being like, I need to be motivated. I just don't want to pick up the phone and nothing's happening. And I remember making myself pick up the phone. And it was so heavy at first, but I'd pick up the phone and I would book an appointment. And I'd psych myself up and I'd get on the phone and I'd book that appointment. And when I'd book that appointment, I'd hang up and I'd be like, yes, yes, I did it. I'm so motivated. Duh, Sonia. Action created the motivation. Then what did I want to do? I wanted to do more. I didn't want to stop. So then I'm like, well, heck, I'm not stopping now. I'm going to call somebody else. I can do this. My confidence got higher because I got a yes. I booked something. Your belief goes up, changes that mindset. It's all about your mindset. That's a whole nother topic, but that's how you get motivated. So you go to work personally, you will get motivated. Your passion, your energy, your commitment, your team will see that, and some will rise again, and some of the dead will stay dead. And it's easier to go get new blood and to work your own personal business, take that personal responsibility and have integrity. It will cause your self-belief to be very intact when you do what you know you need to do to build a personal business. It creates action, excitement with everyone. You're not their boss. You're not their boss. You are their leader, and they will follow you if you have earned the credibility and the respect to get that. Not all will follow you, and I want you to understand that we are in a very unique business. Network marketing is a very unique business. Volunteer army is very unique. Most people won't want it as much as you want it. It's just a fact, and you need to understand that just because you have 3 on your team that are active today, you probably won't have those same 3 in 3 months. You never tread water. Uh-oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. All right. Ashley, can you still see me? Shake your head. Yes? Okay. Okay. I am praying that I am still recording. I'm going to continue to talk. I see Ashley, but she's frozen because of my internet connection, so I'm hoping